Hello everybody! For this video I've collected the best GNOME applications that I consider most useful or just interesting. Originally I wanted to make a video about GNOME Circle, a list of the best software for GNOME from its own developers. But I decided to make my own list instead, though this video will still include many apps from GNOME Circle. And of course all these applications use GTK, many use libvita, and follow GNOME Human Interface Guidelines, the interface guidelines from GNOME developers themselves. That's why they made it into this video, because they look consistent with the desktop environment's design. Also, you can install all these applications on almost any distribution by simply adding the FlatHub repositories. The instructions are always available on their website, you'll literally just need to enter one of the commands. Initially I thought about sorting all the applications into different categories, but I think that would just create more confusion and wouldn't be particularly useful, so in the video they'll appear in random order. In any case, you can always find each one using the timestamps in the description. Let's start with Fragments, because why not? It's a very simple and easy to use torrent client. Unlike many other torrent clients, it's extremely minimalist and works perfectly for basic file downloads. I won't go into too much detail about each application, so let's move on to the next one. Spider is a simple application for creating web apps from websites. It's fairly convenient, though I should mention that in my experience they didn't work very well. There was some lag and slow loading times. However, there is another application for similar purposes, web apps. It offers better customization options but performed even worse in my tests. Still, you can always try both and decide which one works better for you. Flickr, a very simple auto-clicker, but it has one very big drawback. In the current version, once activated, you can't properly turn it off. Maybe this will be fixed in the future if the developers add global shortcuts, I don't know. Bella, a simple color picker. It lets you copy color codes from anywhere on screen in different formats. Not everyone will need it, but for many this kind of application is absolutely essential, and quite frequently too. Errands, a classic simple to-do app, like task list. It includes various customization options, the ability to add notes and attachments to tasks, and notifications of course. Now I'll mention a couple of apps that I can't demonstrate myself, but I have to include them anyway. Mirrorhole lets you turn another device with this app installed, and a second screen for your main device via Wi-Fi. I don't know how well it actually works, but it's worth trying out. Packet, an app for file sharing with Android phones using QuickShare. This requires both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on both devices, which is why I can't demonstrate it working for you. Authenticator, a simple two-factor authentication app. It supports importing via QR code, including from Google Authenticator, and exporting in multiple formats. Pika backup or Déjà do backups. I don't know how is it pronounced. Two backup applications, both support cloud services like Google Drive and also support encryption. Gradia lets you beautifully edit screenshots or photos, adding arrows, text, etc. Really useful, I recommend it. Decoder, a QR code generator and scanner. Unfortunately for generation it only supports text or Wi-Fi. Credit where it's due, the PC version actually includes screen QR code scanning, not just camera scanning. Curtail, a handy image compression tool. You can set it up once and use it forever, though personally I use another app that handles this and more. And that app is Switcheroo. It not only compresses images but converts them too. Super handy when you know that feeling. You find the perfect image in Google, but it's in web format. Instead of using some random website to convert it, this app saves you the hassle. Though I wish you could just right-click files to open them directly in the app, but alas, this is GNOME. KDE Plasma fonts can feel smug here, congratulations as well as Windows users. Warp, a simple app for quick file sharing over a network using the magic wormhole protocol. Basically, you give the recipient a verbal code and transfer the file. Fast and convenient. There's also a Windows version available on GitLab, by the way. If anyone needs it, let me know in the comments. Ignition lets you manage startup applications. You can add apps, commands or scripts to auto-start and configure settings like startup delays, for example. Vaults let you create encrypted file storage that mounts after entering a password. Offers two encryption methods. One shows file count and sizes, proven secure, and another hides this info, but developers note its security isn't formally verified. Secrets is a local password manager, where you first create a password-protected vault, saved in KeePass format, then store passwords and other info inside. There is also an app named Gradia with similar functionality, by the way. Fotema, a simple photo gallery similar to what you have on smartphones. Not sure how relevant this is for PCs, but some might find it useful. There's only one limitation: I couldn't find an option to add multiple image folders, which seems odd. I don't know why didn't they do that. Denaro is a fairly simple finance tracker, income, expenses. Not sure if it deserved inclusion here, but here it's anyway. Reminders, another simple reminder app. Similar to Errands but different. Works fine for basic notification reminders. Video downloader, Parabolic and Varia, 3 apps for downloading videos or audio from internet, especially YouTube. Personally, none worked particularly well for me, but I'm mentioning them anyway. That said, video downloader performed best, as long as you don't select MPEG format. Almost forgot about Memorize, which sounds ironic considering what this app does. It lets you create flashcard groups for memorizing things like foreign language vocabulary. You might find it useful. And finally, Exhibit, a 3D model viewer. Not sure if it deserved a mention, but why not? I know this black cat looks weird, but it's all I could find, sorry. That wraps up part 1. Hope you found at least something useful here. For what it's worth, I think part 2 will be more interesting and substantial, and more detailed of course. I've already found even more apps than what we covered today. With that, one last reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you next time.